Oh, hello. Welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm once again going to be talking about White Dwarf 478, which is really starting to look like a bumper issue for kill teamers. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, but Phil, you've already made a video about White Dwarf 478 and it's not even out yet. How much content are you planning to squeeze out of one magazine? I think the answer might be 3 videos. Because Games Workshop today teased us with the contents page. If you go to Games Workshop website right now, and you, well, not right now, please watch the rest of the video, and you look at the pre-order option for White Dwarf, you will find as one of the additional images on that product. That's right, it's the contents page, and it's this kind of thing that people seem to really like on the channel. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So, here it is. And it is really a bumper issue for Kill Team in terms of the amount of content. So I'm just going to get my pen. In fact, let's try a laser pointer. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, that's cool. So if we look over here, we can see so page 16, Kill Team engage. 5 members of the White Dwarf team embark on a Kill Team campaign, but who will escalate hostilities and who will be digging holes with their trench shovels? So that's our campaign series that we knew that they were starting off. Talked about that a bit last time. Creating a kill zone. New rules and inspiration for creating your very own evocative battlefields. We suggest hiding behind volatile fuel barrels. So let's talk about that a little bit. I think that does tell us that the expanded rules for creating a kill zone are likely to be, if not explicitly narrative rules, they're likely to be narrative in flavour. It's likely to be more fiddly rules for things like exploding barrels that you can shelter behind that explode when you shoot them, and things like that. Obviously, we don't know, okay? But that is now my guess. I know a lot of people are going to find that disappointing. I read a lot of comments already in the comments that are like, oh, me and my friends don't really play on Nachman. We don't like the smokestack. We don't like rolling for these extra things. We just play all of our games on Octarius. So I know this one's going to split the crowd. And there's some of you that are going to not want to pick up this White Dwarf and not feel excited for those rules. Obviously, we haven't seen them yet, and we might be surprised. But I do think that there's a good chance that they're going to be that kind of narrative detail. They may say they're for match play. Bear in mind, the Sentries rule said they were for match play. And there may be bits in there that genuinely add things to that match play experience. But I think that they're going to be towards the role-playing and immersion end of the wargame experience, and that might be your bag and you might be absolutely thrilled, but I'm just judging from the comments. I think the majority of people are towards the competitive play side of things, so your mileage may vary. Okay, then we've got here Kill Team, so it is still Kill Team content. Kill Team, The Depths of Duty. The Death Corps of Krieg take on a bunch of filthy heretics in this explosive short story. So we've got some fiction. Possibly not the most exciting thing for some of you, but again, it is branded up with Kill Team, and I feel like that's important. And then we've got Kill Team Operation Briefing. Top Op Elliot Harmer joins us to talk about his favourite operatives from the first year of Kill Team. So as far as I understand, Elliot Harmer basically wrote Kill Team. Like, he's the lead dev, the principal dev, the person who is in charge of the whole project. And he's written these articles before. I think this will be his 3rd article in White Dwarf. I find his insight and his articles really very interesting. I think we'll have a great time talking about what he's written about and discussing it on the channel. I think that is a really nice inclusion to have in there as well. That's not the only thing, however. If we go down here to this red section, it says here, included with this issue. I realise I'm now asking you to look at a red laser pointer on a red square. Maybe I should go back to the pen, but we're going to persevere for now. Included with this issue, the Kill Team TAC Ops cards, 3 each for the Thousand Suns Warp Coven and the Harlequin's Void Dancer Troop. If you're playing either of those factions, you can now add those cards into your deck when picking your TAC Ops. The rest of the card section features a couple more painting recipe cards, which you can use to note down the colours you've used in your latest creations. So, positives and negatives here. I really like, they've done this before. They gave us cards for the first 6 box teams, and now they've given us cards for 2 of the White Dwarf teams. It would have been nice if they could see their way to giving us cards for the other 2 White Dwarf teams, at least for the Wormblade and the Admech. But like, I can get maybe the Phobos and the Bloodied weren't ready at the time of printing to have their cards made. But I guess looking at it, they've got one sheet here, right? And if you look at the one sheet, there's 6 cards, and then there's only space there for 2 cards left over. So I guess potentially they wanted only to put a single card sheet in this issue. We'll have to wait and see till we get the whole issue, and so maybe that's all they had space for. I know some issues they do go for a double card insert, or even the triple card insert, or even the cardboard sleeve with posters and things in the background. They've gone for the single card insert this time, I think. So that's cool, and I imagine then that maybe next month or the month after we could well get a card insert that had the Admech cards and the Admech cards and the GCL Occult cards, or the Phobos cards and the Bloodied cards, and, you know, a couple of something else to fill up the space. That's really cool. I like those little cards. I really like using them when I'm playing my novitiates. I think they're a really nice addition to the game. You do need to sleeve up your tactical objectives if you're going to use them, because they do have the slightly perforated edges. So if you're not using sleeves, then you know, if you're playing it the way we play it in the UK, where you're doing the random draw, then the lack of sleeves is going to mean that you're going to know when you're drawing a faction tac-op, when you're shuffling your deck. If you're playing it, as I understand most of you over in the States play it, where you just pick your tac-ops, then having the cards and having them matched into your deck is probably less important, and you can just use your cards or make your own cards or whatever you want to do. But if you're doing the random draw thing, having them sleeved up is really good. There are Kill Team official sleeves out there. At the last Warhammer World event, they gave everybody 40 sleeves. Whether they get around to selling them at some point, or whether they include them in their events pack that's going out to stores, things like that, I don't know. But you can buy card sleeves anyway. Just buy some plain orange card sleeves of the type that a Magic the Gathering person might use, and then you're away with those. Really like those. It's a small thing, but I really like it. So there's a lot here for certain, like 34 pages of 150-ish page magazine, 140 odd usually. You know, is a significant chunk of the magazine dedicated to our game, dedicated to Kill Team. Now I know that people are. I already can see that there's going to be the comment down the bottom. I don't totally disagree with. There's going to be the comment going, these terrain rules sound really narrative. They're going to be a load of rubbish. My group's not going to use them. We only play on Octarius, and I really want more bespoke. Only thing I'm interested in, the only thing they need to do is a more bespoke teams. I can acknowledge that sentiment's going to be down in the comments. You've probably already typed it. Congratulations that I can predict you so handily. I don't think that you're 100% wrong. I just think that you need to broaden your outlook a little bit and try and maybe consider that, you know, different people enjoy the games in different ways. And so for some people, really interesting, fiddly narrative terrain rules is something they really want. I was against the smokestack and the chemical stack on Nachmund. Actually, having played a couple of games on Nachmund at Warhammer World, it's actually pretty cool. I do think if you're going to use that terrain often, you kind of could do with a little. One of the things that makes it hard to use is you could do with a little template that sits under the smokestack, so you can easily see at a glance where the ring of smoke is. Otherwise, it feels a bit like a gotcha when you say to your opponent, look, you can't shoot me because there's this smoke here coming out of this vent, you know. But if people play, it's one of those things, if people played on it more, it would become more seamless and it would become less incongruous in a competitive setting, which I think is the problem. That said, if you just want to keep playing on Octarius, then more power to you. All these rules are optional, and you can decide what fun you want to have. And I'm extrapolating from what they've written what I think the terrain rules might be. Obviously, wait for reviews. Wait for people. I'm going to do a full review when I get my White Dwarf. I'm going to put all the pages up. You're going to see what the rules are, and if this is something that you want to, I'll get my subscriber copy. I'll make a video that day, and then you'll be able to see, whether it's something you want to go down to Games Workshop. Yes, those are the words. If you want to go down to Games Workshop and pick it up for yourself, you will know exactly what's in there. I think we cannot understate the positives. The positives are, even if the content isn't what we would like, necessarily, and I'm not saying it is, may or may not be, right? But even if the content is not exactly to our particular tastes, there's a lot of pages in White Dwarf with that orange Kill Team branding across the top, which means that Kill Team is doing well for Games Workshop, right? It's a way that we can see that actually Games Workshop really care about Kill Team, which must mean that Kill Team is selling. And I had this conversation with Zimbab. How do they know when Kill Team's doing well? Because there must be people out there that aren't buying the Kill Team branded boxes, that are buying 40k and playing Kill Team. First of all, I think maybe more people are buying Kill Team boxes than I think. Most of them have sold out pretty quickly. I know Chalnath was a bit of a and you still see that one in some places, but the others are getting harder to track down. But more importantly, I think they've noticed an uptick in White Dwarf, non-subscription White Dwarf sales, right? I think they know if we put Kill Team in White Dwarf, we will shift copies of White Dwarf on the newsstands, right? People will go out and seek it out and buy it. Now, whether that's still true when they don't put bespoke teams in, we'll have to see. Whether people are picking it up for this stuff, we'll have to see. Like I say, going to do a full review, full read-through, full Man Reads subscription magazine into camera for you. So you can decide whether you then want to go out on the Saturday after I get it on the Thursday and pick it up from Games Workshop or from your local newsagents. That's up to you. But beyond that, I know that there will be people here that will write in the comments. I know I'm going to get the comment as well. Thank you for the heads up about the cards. I play Harlequins and I really want those 3 cards. And there will be people out there. I'm one of these people. I am a Games Workshop whale. I buy stuff even when I know it's kind of low effort because I love it that much. There are people that buy the entire £5 magazine for the 3 pieces of cardboard to put in their sleeves, so they've got the gamer bling. They've got the thing that they want to have in the sleeves for the games. I know that happens as well, so there's your heads up if that's something that you wanted to do. I think that's all I've got to say about White Dwarf 478 until White Dwarf 478 comes out. Unless, of course, it leaks. And then we find out what's on the back page. That is always a good video, the little red banner on the back page. It's unlikely to be Kill Team twice in a row, but these things have happened, I think, once before. We got 2 Kill Team bespoke teams twice in a row, didn't we? So it's possible. It's possible. All right. Hope you have a great day, whatever you're doing this fine weekend. Hope that the video, you've enjoyed the quality of the video as per the feedback from my comments. I've kept the camera in. I've moved the camera around a bit so that I'm spending less time looking over here or looking over here. I'm trying to be a little bit more high energy and a little bit tone it down. The funny thing is, after I did that shouty video 2 videos ago, my wife came in and goes, "You're shouting." But apparently that's what YouTube people like, so that's what we got to do. We've got to, not that I'm putting it on, I guess I'm not reining it in is what's happening. I'm not checking my exuberance, which we'll see. Let me know in a comment. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Really important. Please like the video. Buy things from Element Games, do all the things. Don't click the bell though, because it's very annoying to get the pop-ups all the time. It's like, oh, that's Tabletop Impulse uploaded a video. I know you're trying to do your homework or your important university essay or your tax return, but go watch this video about a man whibbering on about White Dwarf right now, right now, right now. Nobody wants that in their life. Okay, good. Cheerio. Have a great rest of your day. Where's the button? There's the button. No. Oh my gosh, this is